Don't tell him to fuck off because he did the thing that I presupposed. I did the SpongeBob thing and he responded. I said, "Are you ready, kids?" And Eliot said, "Eliot."
Aye, aye, Captain.
And then Adam, you dare say fuck off? It's SpongeBob. That's what we're talking about today. If we can't sponge our bobs now, then what's the point of living?
Oh my god.
You know?
I like to sponge my bob sometimes
Sponge
off
our
the microphone.
me hoy manoy, sponge boy me bob. Ay. Well, Eliot, we had you do homework.
Yeah, we did. Yes.
Which inversely proportionate to the homework that you tried to get us to do. Obviously, two very similar things.
Yeah.
Which was number one is like you said, you and Adam need to watch the entirety of the SpongeBob musical.
Yeah, it was only like an hour and 57 minutes if you have Paramount Plus, which of course everyone has Paramount Plus.
Everybody has Paramount Plus, obviously. I mean, if you don't have Paramount Plus, what are you even doing? That being said, what Adam and I asked you to do, which was entirely unreasonable, I think, was to spend 3 minutes and 23 seconds listening to Drum Show by 21 Pilots.
Yes.
And you did do this.
I did. I've now listened to it, I think, like 7 or 8 times. Just
wow.
To really do my due diligence.
Yeah. Is that like out of like a burden of necessity because you were coming to record or because you actually like it?
So I really like a lot of the song, but I don't know if in general, like when Tyler is doing the quiet singing stuff, like especially at the beginning stuff, like the more timid, like singing, I guess for lack of a better term, I do not like that. Like it irks me in a way I don't know. So like when I first heard the song, I was like, oh, I do not like this. But as the song went on, I liked it more. And when he gets more like loud and yelling, I really, really like that. So from like about halfway through the song on, I'm like, okay, this is fucking amazing. But that beginning part, I don't know what it is. I couldn't get into it.
It's interesting.
Have you ever thought that you're fucking wrong?
I fucking knew that. I was actually going to come in here and be like, disclaimer, this is just my opinion, because I don't know who else is going to come at me after saying that. That is just
probably Lotus.
Probably
everybody.
My new Instagram friend, Lotus.
Uh-oh.
I accepted their friend request and they go, and the first thing they said was little bitch.
Yeah, that
just remind them that
does old track.
I was like, I almost responded like, whoa, it's lil bitch, not little bitch. No, it's all good.
Yeah. So the thing that I really love about it, I love like the theme of it. Number one, like the themes of it are really good. I love that Josh actually has a meaningful part on it instead of just like saying his name like a Pokemon. That's pretty cool, and he sounds really good. I think, and I feel like I've talked about this off mic, but I feel like also it starts and then is structurally very, very similar to Next Semester from Clancy.
Yeah.
And I feel like Tyler made a big deal about this being not like, this isn't part of the story and all this other stuff and whatever, but I feel like that's very intentional because you've got like the themes of like, you've got the drums and like the very like kind of more grungy feel of it. And then like the kind of like the mental health themes, like the kind of like driving fast to feel it and driving slow if the song's not over, like kind of that vibe, and coming home like after being trapped in your day-to-day, things like that. So I feel like it's like very similar in vibes with Next Semester. I like it a lot.
Yeah. It's interesting too, because like to go from what it was very heavy Clancy vibes from the Contract video to just like a drum solo in a van was so fucking cool. Like there's something about Drum Show that really just like speaks to me on every level. and kind of in that break, like what the hell was it? Like in the bridge. Sorry, not the break. I am about to do that though. In the bridge, that final change and like the complete shift in Tyler's voice from Josh's is fucking insane.
Yeah, going from Josh singing like very like quietly and kind of timidly to like Tyler just screaming. Yeah. I
don't know. Like they've said, what was the post? Like the storyline ends with song 1. Like I think that was the quote.
Yeah.
Tyler Joseph's post, but then you get the contract, which very clearly has like lyrics that are contradicting that.
No, I don't think. I think that he said like the video for City Walls is the end of the story for like,
okay.
So like they're gonna finish the story of the like the visual part of the story in City Walls, but the album is still continuing like the final part of the story. So
interesting.
Yeah.
Pseudo chronological order. Yeah.
Pseudo chronological order. Yeah.
I mean, like we sat and listened to it a couple times last night. Watched the video. I did the proper husband thing. Waited for my wife so we could listen and watch it together. And she, in the beginning, she said, "Why is it auto tune?" And I said, "That's not. I don't believe that's auto tune. I just think he's singing in a very different octave than we've heard in a while. But if I'm wrong, please correct me."
I don't know. I mean, like, it doesn't sound auto-tuned, but then I also don't have like a very good ear for that necessarily. Unless it's T-Pain, in which case, like, obviously he never did anything wrong or in his life. So. Wow, what was that? A little lip to get there?
We're really feeling
Yeah, I'm feeling soulful.
I think that was a little bit more than soul.
Oh, okay. I don't know if I like that very much. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Adam and Lily at the Disco. It's a podcast about Panic at the Disco and various other accoutrements, starring people that you know, people that you love? ? I don't know. What I do know is that you need to come on in and take a seat, and don't forget to close the goddamn door. I am Lily.
I'm Adam.
And
I'm Eliot.
There you go. Eliot's back, little bitch.
I like a dramatic pause there, you know?
Yeah, a little bit, give a little oomph.
Who could it be? Definitely didn't share all my thoughts on the new 21 Pilots song or anything. It took me about 10 seconds.
And that's on pre-roll. It's like that. It's like Pokemon. Who's that special guest? And it's just like, it's clearly Eliot. It's Pikachu.
Shit, it's Eliot again. God damn
it. Fuck. So anyway, yeah, we're here for one more week of Panic at the Disco associated nonsense. And we're going to be talking about the song Just a Simple Sponge from the Spongebob Squarepants, the new musical.
Can I make a very quick controversial statement?
Shocking.
It's never stopped you before. I don't know why you need to ask now.
What if I said I don't fucking want to?
Oh, wow. Adam doesn't like a song. Can you believe it?
I think...
don't like the one that brings joy.
I think that if you said that, I would have to say I'm probably glad that Eliot's here because somebody needs to like the song. And we will get to it in just we'll get to it. Okay, we'll get to it. We'll talk about it.
Yeah.
We'll talk about it. I've got we've got a couple of things I actually realized that, hey, I didn't actually open up any of the emails or Spotify bullshittery, so I don't know if we have anything to talk about or
We've got
read
3
first.
comments here.
Yeah, we got a few comments. So let me pop some stuff open.
I did think about getting real meta and like sending in a comment and making you guys respond to it as if I was not here, but I forgot to.
Yeah. Have you done that? I can't remember if you did that, if that happened to happen for the me episode.
That might have happened, that it was just there. Well, no, you definitely reread my famous Chiefs comment at the beginning.
Yeah. That was definitely that was sort of
why do I keep bringing it up and doing this?
I don't know. You do it to yourself, and it's very
I might be a little bit of a masochist. I don't know.
Maybe a little bit. Maybe that's what you need for things. Anyway, we are going to start doing some comments with the greatest show. We've got a comment on there from Lotus who says, confession time, I've never watched this movie. It's on the list. I was going to watch it before this episode came out, but I have a Buffy the Vampire Slayer addiction. Valid. I have listened to the soundtrack many times, so when it bops, this is a good cover. I like it. Hi, Eliot. I guess you'd call that like a angry emoji. Like it's the big smile with like the colon D, but it has like the V in front of it to make like angry eyebrows. So it's like mischievous. That one. You know what it is. Hi, Elliot. You've been semi-forgiven because Return of the King is a fire movie. It is in my top 5 favorite movies. I'll put my list in fake sinners. I still hate you though, and it's now that same face, but instead of a D, it's a 3. So it's like a devious cat. New Haley Williams songs. Bop. I want a tour. Thank you, Lotus. I've got their list is here somewhere, and I want to make sure that I do read it. I might not read like their whole. Yeah. Okay. Follow up to my comment. Return of the King, Lord of the Rings is great. What else do I need to say? That's number 5. Number 4. Penguins of Madagascar.
Okay.
You have to remember, this is a very young person. Listen, okay, this is generally one of the funniest movies ever, and I think I've watched like 20 times. Number 3, Rogue One. As everyone knows, my favorite thing is Star Wars, and Rogue One is peak. 2, Spirited Away. Valid. This one and number 1, Flip, depending on my mood. I used to be able to recite the first 5 minutes of this movie from memory. I've seen it so many times. Play any bit of the soundtrack, and I'll be able to tell you what's happening at that time in the movie. Love that. And in parentheses, they said, guys, I am not neurotypical. And then their number one movie is Moonrise Kingdom. I'm a Wes Anderson loving bitch. What can I say? Juno is number 6, by the way.
Thank you. That's one doodle you can't undid.
That's one doodle you can't undid. Penguins of Madagascar is an eyebrow raiser, but also like, you know, who am I to judge? It's certain things, you know. We'll move on to Neon. We've got a comment here from Dennis Wakeman. Dennis says, I've told y'all my theories and thoughts for when we were young, but the fact that both Ryan and Brendan had been weirdly present this past year and recently both stopped is getting me excited. Yeah, I think I was like, something is happening in my heart of hearts, and whether or not that's clown shoes, if it's like the Hollow Knight Silk Song clown meme, which some people will know what that means. Gamescom is happening now, and we've actually got.
I think it's just the 3 of us. Oh, Dennis Wakeman would.
Dennis is a gamer. Dennis probably knows. But I mean, that's even coming to a close this weekend, I would imagine, given everything, or this week.
Less than 48 hours.
Less than 48 hours. Hollow Knight Silk Song, probably a date. I don't know, this year at least. I don't know if y'all watched any of Opening Night Live, but they started with, "Hey, it's happening." It's real.
I did see that, yes.
Nor do I want to talk about Hollow Knight, which has taken over my life.
Why?
We'll talk about it later. We'll talk about it when we're done recording. I don't want to bore the people. I'm in a bad space in my life after platining Death Stranding 2. So
yeah, that's a psychopathic thing to do, actually.
Yeah, I'm right. But yeah.
Congratulations.
Anytime Adam finishes a long game, he must destroy himself with either a really hard game or a really shitty game.
Yeah.
He has a compulsion.
Yeah. I could do Wu Chang and knock both off the list.
Oh.
Oof. Continuing Dennis's comment, possibility of them rehearsing or maybe writing a new song together. Also, if that's possible, why not Spencer and John? John is still active, and Spencer works with DCD2 and is very much still in the scene. Spencer might not want to. Spencer might legitimately just be completely content with never doing live music again. I don't know,
Probably.
because he's like the only one of them that hasn't like stepped in and done some type of side project since he left Panic. So who knows?
Brent Wilson's right there still.
Is he? Isn't he in jail?
That's what I meant by he's right there.
Ah, yes. A captive audience, if ever I've seen one. The show will make or break my headcanon for a biopic-worthy story. Also, biopic casting.
Ooh.
I would probably cast Hugh Jackman as Boyd and Zac Efron as Ryan. Spencer and John. Who's to say? Bearded lady. The short king.
Zendaya as Sarah.
Yeah, Zendaya as Sarah with an H, or is it
Tom Holland for Brendan? Yeah. I'm looking here, and I'm kind of at a loss because when I look at what is on IMDb as the hottest 100 young male and teen actors of 2024, you've got, of course, little Timothy.
Yeah.
Nicholas Galitzine, who I have no idea who
Nicholas Glizzy? What?
Jacob Elordi from Euphoria.
From Euphoria.
Austin Butler.
Yeah.
Tanner Buchanan. Hero Finds Tiffin. Tom Holland.
Who?
Harris Dickinson, which I think is the guy from 1917. I could be incredible.
Are you going to read all 100 of these?
No, I want to get through the first 10 because I really want to know if anybody else but me is as confused by these names. Archie Madekwe, which I guess is the guy from Gran Turismo, and Maxwell Jenkins. So I'm kind of lost on a lot of these kids.
Sure. I've heard a decent amount of those names.
100.
Harris Dickinson, I think, is one of the Beatles in one of the 15 Beatles movies that are coming out in the next like 3 years.
That are all coming out the same month?
Yeah. It's like a Beatles movie and then 4 individual Beatle movies, which feels excessive. I don't listen. Okay. And listen. And I know he did stuff and whatever. I do not want to watch a movie about Ringo fucking Starr.
I was going to say, who is going to choose? Of course, you have Paul and John, and then you have George Harrison. At least like died and interesting stuff,
and he wrote a lot of very interesting things. Yes. Ringo is like I barely want to watch a George Harrison movie. I do not want to watch a Ringo Starr movie.
Oh no!
At all.
What have I done with my life?
Are you telling me you wouldn't go see Ringo Starr and his all-star band perform?
Well, if it was Harris Dickinson, if that's who was playing him, then maybe Harris Dickinson could play Brendan. I don't know what he looks like. I truly have no clue. Presumably like Ringo Starr, but I can't. You know what? Paul Mescal is playing. I think Paul actually, legitimately, I think Paul Mescal is playing Paul, and it's very striking to me that Paul Mescal is not in that top 10 list because he's a big deal.
Here you go. Finn Wolfhard as Brendan Urie.
Fucking that's funny. I think we should do bowl cut Noah Schnapp as Brendan and Finn Wolfhard as Ryan. Just cast the 4 male kids from Stranger Things as the band.
But just don't even change their hair at all.
No. And then of course, like there's Caleb McLaughlin is also famously an African American male, so that would be fun.
Just reverse Tropic Thunder it.
Yeah. Anyway, thanks, Dennis. Also, we got a comment on Neon from Lotus as well, who says, this is a fun song. Boyd should really do more parentheses good writing. Ranking is coming along slowly. Crying emoji. Drum show tomorrow. with 2 smiling emojis. Yes, this was the day before Drum Show came out. Very good song. I like it a lot.
I listened
Lotus.
to Neon again today just because I wanted to feel good.
Mm-hmm. Good song.
Yeah,
you sent me some stuff. You said some more Brendan joints. Did he write
it
more
looks like
than Neon?
Brendan and Viola and Sinclair also like are on a few of the other tracks. Like there's two other tracks that looks like they've done.
Oh no, it looks like you guys got a couple more episodes to do.
I don't think we do, Eliot Holmes.
No, I listened to them. They're not as good as Neon. I don't think I'd want to sit and talk about them. And there's not as heavy as a Brendan presence.
Gotcha. Okay. They're called Your Tears Are Mine and When They Turn the Lights On After You Don't Let the Lights Go Out.
Yes.
Yeah. So interesting. So look those up. We're not going to do episodes on them. Sorry about it. Not sorry. Yeah. So we got one more message here. We've got an email from Danny, not Annie. It's Danny about The Greatest Show. First off, I will fight you all in Super Smash Bros. You will lose. Daniel.
Okay.
Young Daniel, you will lose. I stand by my opinion strong. Also, get Rex Adam in all caps. It's been long enough that I don't remember why they would say that, but I stand by it and I believe in it. Second, yes. I remember watching The Greatest Showman with my wife, and it made me cry at all the emotional moments, even though it barely scratched the surface of the history of abuse that the performers and differently able-bodied people went through during the times of the old circus and, quote, freak shows. Still a great movie with amazing music. Yep, real. On another note, I recently got a PC and monitor from a thrift store for $10 with Windows XP on it. I'm going to use it to play old games and hope to get more classic LAN party going. I was curious if either of you experienced a LAN party. And Elliot, you can jump in on this as well, because I never got to have that experiment. Love you guys. Danny, hashtag suck your fucking head. Sugar gay? Sugar, who said that? Sugar gay? Was it you? Go suck your fucking head.
You know what? If Danny and I are apparently beefing, I hope his fucking XP computer crashes.
Damn, that's cold-blooded. They did a lot of work.
I'm sure they did. They didn't deserve that disrespect because, like you, Lily, I don't even know what the fuck I did anymore. But the list, I'm sure, is long.
It's just one of those things where it's just like, I don't know what you did, but you definitely deserve the sass and the sauce from whoever. Quite frankly.
But yes, as far as LAN parties, I don't think we ever did LAN parties. Adam and I spent a lot of times playing video games just like overnight together, but it was just like the two of us on like one console. We never really had a LAN party that I can think of.
No, I think like the most LAN thing I've ever done, which is still not in like the true spirit of, is having enough people to require a multi-tap.
Mm-hmm. I've done exactly one LAN party. And I was in my my early 20s at this point. It was a friend of mine's birthday. And they already had they had 6 Xboxes in that people just like brought over, and we just played Halo 2 all night. LAN style. It was very cool. We had like the way, there's like a photo of it somewhere, but like the way they arranged like a bunch of different TVs around like our house, and then the Xboxes and stuff like that. And we like literally just did like a straight up Halo 2 LAN party. I think it was 6. I don't remember how many, but it was pretty sick. The only time I did it. Yeah.
If you're going to do it one time, that's a great game to do it with. Halo 2.
Yeah. It's like the game to do it with, I would argue. Yeah.
With one of the coolest Breaking Benjamin songs on that soundtrack.
Oh, yeah. Was it Blow Me Away?
Yep. And that's what it does every time I listen to it.
Blow me away. Yeah. Good shit.
Man, I thought you weren't allowed to play the audio of songs. I just heard it right there.
I know. I mean, if we get copyright stricken off of that, then you know what? So be it. I'll fucking walk backwards in the hell with my middle fingers up, bitch. Let's go. No, I'm scared of being sued and having my podcast removed from the internet, so I'm not going to do that. Sorry. Yeah. Thank you everybody for the responses. Sorry that we skipped a week. A lot happened last week, and it was just not. The vibes were off. It was on me. I almost passed out from heat exhaustion. So,
Woof.
Yeah, I don't know if I told you all that. There's a lot of stuff that happened last week. So we just shit went down. But we're here and we're back and we're going to talk about the SpongeBob fucking song. God. I guess there ain't nothing to it but to do it. Actually, no. We have to do the things.
Should we start with like the nice guy, or do you want to read the credits first? I guess
let's
credits.
The nice guy,
the one that likes the song.
Oh no, we're not going to do the thoughts just yet. We're gonna do the credits. We're gonna read a little bit about the SpongeBob SquarePants musical. SpongeBob SquarePants, the Broadway musical, originally titled The SpongeBob Musical, later retitled for the national tour as a musical, co-conceived and directed by Tina Landau, with songs and by various artists and a book by Kyle Jarrow. It is based on the Nickelodeon animated television series SpongeBob SquarePants, of course, if you didn't guess, and made its world premiere in June 6, 2016 at the Oriental Theater in Chicago. Following a month of previews, the musical opened on Broadway at the Palace Theater in December 2017. The musical follows SpongeBob SquarePants' attempt to avert a volcanic eruption that could potentially wipe out all life in Bikini Bottom. The show was produced by Nickelodeon, the Araka Group, Sony Music Masterworks, and Kelp on the Road. Musical opened to critical acclaim with 12 Tony Award nominations. It tied with Mean Girls for the most nominated production at the 72nd Tony Awards in 2018. The show closed at the Palace Theater on September 16th, 2018 due to theater renovations. At the time of this closing, it had played 29 previews, 327 regular performances. A non-equity North American tour opened on September 22nd, 2019 at Proctor's Theater in Schenectady, New York. I think I probably butchered that city name. Don't hurt me. On December 7th, 2019, Nickelodeon aired the SpongeBob musical live on stage, a television special of the show featuring members from the original Broadway cast, which I guess you could see on Paramount Plus.
Yeah, you can.
Eliot. The tour closed in 2020 due to ongoing COVID-19 pandemic. Yeah, boo. SpongeBob Musical UK tour opened on April 5th, 2023 at the Mayflower Theater in Southampton and closed on September 9th, 2023 at the Theatre Royal Newcastle. So I just need to read through this list, right? Because we said we were going to talk about this when it happened. So of course, Brendan Boyd-Erie wrote the song that we're talking about, Just a Simple Sponge, right? But there's a lot of fucking people on this fucking thing that wrote some shit for this song, which is crazy. So you got the prologue and the song Bikini Bottom Day, written by Jonathan Colton, who, if you do not know who Jonathan Colton is, famous for in our world, the Portal songs, Still Alive, and
Code Monkey's theme song.
Yeah.
The song that I will literally post annually called 1st of May.
Yep.
No, not only that, but on the 30th of April, you're like, it's coming tomorrow.
I just want people to remember what day
dates. Dates are a thing. So we've got that. Then we move on to the song No Control, written by David Bowie and Brian Eno.
Uh-huh. Did you guys listen to any of these?
I didn't. I wanted to. I'm planning on it. We were joking around about it, but I'm planning on listening to the whole thing, or at least and watching it after, because I wanted to just kind of focus my thoughts in on this.
Did this podcast make this musical put its worst foot forward? Answer that question.
This song?
Yes.
No Control is the worst song.
Oh. Is it really?
No Control is weird as hell.
Wow.
I mean, it is David Bowie. That's why I asked on that one. I do not like No Control at all.
Ground control to Major Sponge.
We move on. We have the song. Sorry. We have the song BFF by the Plain White Tees. We have
that is so Plain White Tees. It's crazy. Yeah.
There's only
I love how
one star.
When the Going Gets Tough by Clifford Joseph Harris Jr., who y'all would know as T.I., wrote that song. We've got Just a Simple Sponge, written by, of course, Panic at the Disco. We've got Daddy Knows Best by Alex Ebert. If you don't know Alex Ebert by name, he is the lead singer-songwriter for Edward Sharpe and the Magnetic Zeros. We've got Hero Is My Middle Name by Cyndi Lauper and Rob Hyman.
Which that is the best song on the musical right there.
I'm sure it is because,
I had to look up who Rob Hyman was. He was the one that co-wrote Time After Time with her. So.
Okay. So, okay. Hell yeah. Okay. We've got Super C-Star Savior by Yolanda Adams. We've got Tomorrow Is by the Flaming Lips. Poor Pirates by Sarah Bareilles. Bikini Bottom Boogie by fucking Aerosmith, Steven Tyler and Joe Perry. What the fuck? Chop to the Top by Lady A. I Guess I Miss You by John Legend. I'm Not a Loser by They Might Be Giants. And then the song Best Day Ever, which is by Andy Paley, who was just composer, part of the Paley brothers, and Tom Kenny, who famously is the voice of SpongeBob. And then there's a reprise for Bikini Bottom Day, still written by Jonathan Colton, and then it ends with the SpongeBob SquarePants theme song that everybody sings. So what a fucking wacky, wild, thing. It obviously was nominated for a ton of awards. It didn't win any of its Tony Awards except for Best Scenic Design of a Musical. Its critical response, I'll read this and then we'll kind of like move a little bit forward. The original Chicago production received mostly positive reviews. Dean Richards of WGN-TV gave it an A+, writing that the story is multi-layered for kids and adults. It all adds up to one of the most fun, well-produced, and best-acted shows Chicago has seen in a long time. Chris Jones of the Chicago Tribune praised the cast, particularly Ethan Slater, Danny Skinner, and Lily Cooper, and Gavin Lee, and the production values. He wrote positively of the show's songs, writing that the musical's biggest gamble, a score made up of singles by different songwriters and unified by orchestrator Tom Kitt, works quite beautifully. Nonetheless, he wanted, quote, the transition to Broadway now needs to involve a dialing back of excess and more attention to truth. Bikini Bottom truth, sure, but metaphoric human veracity. This is SpongeBob SquarePants, brother. My brother in Christ. Yeah, you gotta fucking reel back your excess. Similarly, Steve Oxman in Variety praised the entertainment, invention, and terrifically talented cast, but argued for a slight shift in worldview to truly engage the broadest audience. In the Chicago Sun-Times review, Hetty Weiss expressed praise for the set design's creativity and the coherency, but felt that it was almost too extravagant, writing that the predictable musical exhausts itself long before it's over. Kendall Ashley of Nerdist described the sets as pretty darn impressive and called the decision not to use extensive makeup on the actors, quote, interesting. Barbara Vitello of the Daily Herald also commended the actors' costumes and performances, stating that the imaginative costumes that add a punch of color to the glittering sea green and aquamarine backup are among the delights. The Broadway production opened to similar reviews. Ben Brantley of the New York Times called it a ginormous giggle of a show and particularly praised Slater's performance as the titular character. Marilyn Stasio of Variety stated that the show provided a good amount of giddy, goofy fun for all audiences. Peter Marks of the Washington Post explained that although the show displays impressive design and engineering along with exuberant neon-colored sets and costumes, its lumbering, drawn-out plot makes the show a novelty recommendable only to true fans of the source material. Alex Solowski of The Guardian agreed, calling the main plot bottom feeder low and subplots roundly ignorable, Jesus, resulting in a show that is as perfunctorily entertaining as it is insistently forgettable. Dang. All right.
Harsh words.
Harsh words from the peanut gallery there. Lots of stuff. Jesus, these are long fucking credits. Featuring Ethan Slater, producer Scott M, Reset, and Tom Kitt, writer Bud.
What?
Audio editor Ian KG, orchestra arranger Tom Kitt, keyboards Julie McBride, Matt Gallagher, Matt Hinckley, assistant engineer Doug Easley, Robert Cooper, Nate Oden, and Akihiro Nishimura, recording engineer Ian KG, Isaiah Abolin, Derek Lee, and Lawrence Manchester, conductor Julie McBride, bass Randy Landau, vocals Jacob L. Smith, Alyssa Short, Jesse J.P. Johnson, Julianne Godfrey, Carlos Lopez, Alan K. Washington, Jason Michael Snow, Abby C. Smith, J.C. Schuster, Vasti Mumpoint, Larlin McClelland, Kevin Moonlow, Mark Ledbetter, Emmy Raver Lampman. Oh, she's in a fuck. Why can't I remember the one about the siblings that have powers?
Miss Peregrine?
No, it's a Netflix show, Umbrella Academy.
Oh,
Yeah, she's also married to David Dix. Logan Jones, Stephanie Sue, Curtis Holbrook, and Galeen Gilliand. Saxophone, Dave Nolan, Aaron Heck. Mastering engineer, Ryan Smith. Clarinet, Dave Nolan, Aaron Heck. Mixing engineer, Lawrence Manchester. Programmer, Jeremy King, Taylor Williams, and Randy Cohen. Orchestration, Tom Kitt. Piano, Matt Gallagher. Bass clarinet, Aaron Heck. Accordion, Matt Gallagher. Oboe, Aaron Heck. Concert master, Sylvia Diavanzo. Cello, Deborah Asael. Viola, Orlando Wells and Rob Taylor. Violin, Catherine Livolsi Landau and Sean Carney. Trombone, Keith O'Quinn. Trumpet, Tony Cadleck. You know Tony Cadleck. Flute, Dave Nolan. Percussion, Mike Dobson. Steel guitar, Ken Brescia. Electric guitar, Ken Brescia and Michael Aarons. Banjo, Michael Aarons. Acoustic guitar, Ken Brescia, Michael Aarons, and Matt Hinckley. Drums, Damian Bassman. That one I'm not sure about. Recorded at the Dimena Center for Classical Music, Baryshnikov Art Center, Hell's Kitchen, Manhattan, New York City, New York. Released on September 22nd, 2017. Interpolates the SpongeBob SquarePants theme song. And there is apparently a something.
Oh.
I don't know. Mais que un sontor by Anna Toledo. I don't know what language that's, featuring Mateus Rivera. Probably Spanish. My brain's turning off.
I would have thought with your pronunciation of Aaron Hick that you were trying out for your best link role here.
Hey,
It was very good. Would you like to know what the tags are?
yeah, I would.
It would have just been great if you said no. Pop, USA, in English, musicals.
Okay.
Very fitting. That sums it up.
Very
Imagine if
fitting.
musicals wasn't here.
Imagine. So now that we've gotten all of that out of the way, we'll start with Eliot. I think it's a good idea to start with the positive. Eliot,
I hate this song.
do you?
No,
Okay.
no. I like this song. I'm very predisposed to like anything SpongeBob. I was absolutely obsessed with SpongeBob growing up. In fact, like in elementary school, I would watch SpongeBob every morning, and Nickelodeon, I knew specifically it ended at 7:58 and I lived less than a block away from my school. So I would run out my door at 7:58 and get into my school by 8 o'clock. So I was very excited when they announced this musical, and then when they announced all the different people that were going to do stuff, I knew some of them, didn't know some of them as much, but I was like, oh, Panic at the Disco is going to do a song? That's pretty weird. And I like this song. I think it's interesting if you listen to the other songs, they are not nearly as SpongeBob centric. In fact, I have something I found. I did a little bit of research. I found an article the showrunner said, told Entertainment Weekly, this is a quote from the article, each musician was tasked with writing toward a specific story beat, genre notwithstanding. We very specifically asked all the artists to write how they write and not try to do what they think Nickelodeon or SpongeBob would sound like. What's amazing is when you hear them sung by performers, you can tell exactly who wrote which song, which we really wanted that difference. So it's interesting that Brendan Urie, even though they're like, hey, don't include, like, you don't need to make it super, super SpongeBob, he included so many SpongeBob references when a lot of the other writers didn't. So I think I really liked that about it. And it really pushes, like, if you watch the musical, this is kind of like the breakout song of the musical. Like, it's like where it
Is
really
it?
like, well, like as far as like story beats, like
Gotcha.
gets it going. I'm not saying it was like if they did singles or anything, like, but it's
This
like
would be the song.
it's really when it's like, okay, like let's get this going. I'm on a mission. This is going to be like the catalyst for the mission.
Okay.
The one thing that I don't know, I don't see much of Brendan Urie in it. I'm interested to hear what you guys think along those lines, because like I listened to it a bunch in the lead up to this, and it's like I said, like the Plain White Tea song, it sounds like a Plain White Tea song. Other songs do, but I feel like he like took this assignment seriously and wrote like a SpongeBob song. But yeah, I think I like Ethan Slater. His voice is very good as SpongeBob. It's kind of weird to see him now. He's Bach in Wicked and also engaged to Ariana Grande in real life, which is very interesting if you know anything about that whole story.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I like this song as far as like where it's at. Like if I were to rank all the songs on the musical, it'd probably be closer to the top. But like I said, Hero's My Middle Name is my favorite. But yeah, it's very much a musical song. It's not something you would just like put on to listen to a song. Yeah, that's my thoughts.
Can I go next, Adam?
Yes.
I don't like Ethan Slater.
Fair. He doesn't seem like a great person.
And I'm just kind of realizing it now. Tell me if I'm off base or I feel or this feels like a weird assessment. I think that he sings like Hugh Jackman, except higher on the register. And I think it's not believable in the same way that Hugh Jackman is.
I could absolutely see that. I think here he's doing purposely like a SpongeBob. I would need to go back and listen to him on the Wicked soundtrack.
He doesn't sound like SpongeBob at all. There's especially like the part where he's like talking, like he does some like the where he's talking to Mr. You're wrong, Mr. Krabs. Like it's very much like, well done. Yeah. They only steal some bread. Like it's very much like that same vibe. So.
Yeah. I think I don't know. It's hard because it's like you got to like make it your own. But I feel like maybe that's his impression. God, now I need to go back and listen to what he sounds like when he's not doing the SpongeBob voice. But no, fair. And like Ethan Slater in general, like when you say you don't like him, do you mean as a person or as a singer? Or both?
Both. Specifically, I just don't like him as a singer, and I think I'm realizing that now. I think he looks like somebody that I would want to fight.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He just looks annoying.
Mm-hmm. Well, and then do you know the whole background with him and the Ariana Grande stuff?
Wasn't he married and then he cheated on his wife with her or something?
His pregnant wife, if I remember.
Yeah,
right.
That's right.
Yes,
that's right.
And like they denied it for a while, like at the beginning of like before Wicked was starting or at the beginning of production, and then eventually they just like said screw it, and they were like started to show up on like red carpets and stuff together. It was very, very messed up.
Yeah.
But yeah. So song, what do you think of the song?
I think the song is kind of boring. I think that it does. I think that I can see the Panic influence in there. I see Brendan in there. I think like where listening to Neon last time, like the singer kind of put himself in that song and like made it. I don't think Ethan Slater makes it believable as a Panic song or as SpongeBob. I don't think it's good. I don't think he's good at all, and I think it makes the song boring. There is a key change in this song, and y'all know how much I love a key change. It is the most uninspired key change I think I've ever heard in my life. It is like, I just feel like it's bargain basement Broadway. It's just like, this is like the most basic, like this is like, oh, that's off in the corner. Like, whatever, go over there and like watch SpongeBob if you want like your basic shit. I'm gonna be over here. Like, it's just boring.
I agree.
Is that the summary of Adam's thoughts on it? He just agrees.
No. I think this.
Are you going to elaborate?
No.
Fucking.
I think this is like the whole reason. Not that it would have helped, probably, but I hate listening to musicals out of context. Like, having never seen this in what feels like to me what should be an emotional moment just falls incredibly flat because the song just isn't good. Right? And like, I don't know if I would have felt that way had I listened to Wicked or anything from Wicked before actually watching Wicked, because at least those songs are good, or at least have like good powerhouse voices behind them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And this kind of like lacks any depth at all. I don't know if there's anything that feels good or that like triggers a part of my brain. And like, not to throw myself under the millennial bus, but I was never one that sucked SpongeBob's dick.
Ironically, I sounded like SpongeBob there.
Yeah.
That's a weird way to say that. I don't think I like that very much.
I don't really know if I like that I said it. But like, I get the appeal of SpongeBob, and nothing about this even scratches an itch of what I could consider appealing about SpongeBob. It kind of feels like you said, for instance, like this is a very SpongeBob-y song. But like, I think just because you say the names of the characters doesn't necessarily make me feel like this belongs in a SpongeBob musical. Like, it just feels so fucking random. It's not quite word soup, which we know that we've gotten from Boyd writing, but it's somewhere in there. And it's weird that like I can tell that they're trying to tell a story, and at no part during listening did I ever want to be actively engaging with that story.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. Like, I don't fuck with this. Like, and I'm kind of sad that I don't, because I thought it would be like cool and different and neat and interesting. And I don't want to ride like off of the coattails of Neon, but like, I think like following Neon with this feels like a disservice to Neon. Like, it just, nothing here is good. And I hate being like on the high that we were, and then to like come in here and have 2/3 of this current podcast episode be like, yeah, it's kind of all right. And it's like, it's not even all right. Like, it's like, it's not all right. It's fucking something. I don't know. Eliot, I appreciate you bringing this to us, but honestly, probably shouldn't have.
For the sake of completion, thank you. For
well,
everything else, there's MasterCard.
I do think, like, you know, what you talked about, like word soup, is interesting, because that was kind of what I didn't love about this song, especially when you listen to all the other songs. It is almost like too SpongeBob fan servicey. I think that, like, you know, when he's like, I can even play my nose like, and then he's like, do 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 do, and they do like the SpongeBob theme. That's not necessarily the rest of the musical. So I do think it's interesting that that's like, that was a choice by Brendan, that he wanted to do that. So he must be as big of a SpongeBob fan as me. That's my take on it.
Well, there is a quote here that says, anyone who knows me is, wow, anyone who knows me is aware of my love of both Broadway and animation. I'm so happy I was able to bring a song to life that marries two of my favorite things for Spongebob Squarepants Broadway musical. Mm-hmm. So like,
but it's weird that he says I saw that quote too, that he says animation and not like I love SpongeBob. It's like I like animation.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes, I do think like context is very important to this song, and I think context is important to like my liking of this song. Because I'm trying to think of how I definitely listened to this album a bunch before. I've never actually seen it on stage. I think it was supposed to tour through Kansas City, and that was like a COVID closure. But it's not like I had like tickets ready for it or anything like that. But I probably would have went to see it. I think it's came to like local. I never saw it on Broadway. But I listened to it, and then I like watched the Nickelodeon one, which I liked the Nickelodeon performance quite a bit. They did like weirdly change like a decent amount of lyrics from like the album to the stage, which kind of threw me off. But I think it's the context of the song, because like it's like I don't listen to the song unless I listen to the album all the way through, which I do. I mean, the last time I did it was like about a year ago. Or like I have like a very specific musicals playlist. It's like I'm in the mood for some musical songs. So yeah, it's not one that you would just like put on, like I said before. So I do think when you guys inevitably do go get your Paramount Plus subscriptions and watch this, you're going to be like, we need to do another episode so I can recant my previous statements and say how much I love this song.
Okay. I did watch the there's it's not like the performance video, but it is like a recording video of like the cast doing moves and Ethan in the studio like singing and stuff like that. And I think that I would rather do anything else.
Yeah.
Quite frankly, just looking at it.
Fun fact on the cast, I don't know if you saw the original, like Karen the robot was Stephanie Shu, who is
from
Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Yeah.
That was just like a random little one I saw when I was going through Wikipedia. But yeah, I get it. I like it for a lot of very specific reasons, but I mean, it didn't win any of its best musical stuff.
Good.
Yes, for good reason. I think it's The Band's Visit won that year, which I've heard like my brother went and saw it, but my brother only really likes happy go lucky musicals. Like he hates Les Mis. He thinks it's too depressing. But he said like he's seen actually most of the musicals on this, and he's like, as a musical, like SpongeBob was kind of lower on the list. So
yeah.
I'm not saying it's rational that I like it. I'm saying I like it.
Well, we don't demand poise or rationality here, so that's safe.
Oh, good job. There you go. I think Lily could play SpongeBob. If there's a local one going through, you could do that.
So I'm good on that. I think the moment that I knew this like musical wasn't for me, and I'll listen to the rest of them just because I think it'd be interesting just to do it just in my spare time. But I think the moment that I realized this musical wasn't for me was when this video that I watched is going on, and then he brings up Mr. Krabs for the first time, and then the guy who plays Mr. Krabs shows up, and it's just a guy with red boxing gloves and red hair. Yeah, and I was like, no, I think it's 23 seconds into the video. I think I think this might not be my bag, baby.
Oh, yeah. Then I could play Mr. Krabs. Got it.
You could. It is weird that they like when they announced the musical and then they showed the costumes or lack thereof. It was kind of surprising because if you look at any of the pictures, it is like they wear like the clothes that the characters would wear. Like Ethan Slater's outfit is very SpongeBob, but they didn't do anything else to him.
Yeah, like I said, the makeup is not. Yeah.
Yeah, which is, I guess,
there's no like makeup that would make them look like yellow or pink or.
As far as like making it easier, I get that, but having the makeup on there, I think would have added like an extra like kind of bit of flair to it.
Like, there's a Shrek musical, right?
I was actually about to bring that up.
And like Shrek looks like Shrek.
Yeah. Not only does Shrek look like Shrek, that one I actually did see on Broadway randomly with most of the original cast. And not only does Shrek look like Shrek, they have Fiona go back and forth between ogre form and regular form, which I think is wild that they're able to accomplish that. So I wish they would have done something like that here.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can vocalize any complaints about the SpongeBob musical because I don't necessarily know if I care. Like, it will continue to be one of those things I will scroll past on Paramount and be like, yeah, that looks like something I don't want my eyes to spend any time looking at. And it really does come down to like what you're talking about, Elliot. Like, a little bit of set dressing can go a long way. Like, a little bit of effort beyond just here's this fucking guy could probably get somebody interested. I understand that like musicals aren't necessarily for children, but I think if a parent were to turn this on for their child, a child would feel the most disappointed that they had probably ever been in their life up until that point.
And you do not hold punches, do you? I mean, you say that, and that's absolutely true because my daughter is on a SpongeBob kick right now. Where we watched a whole bunch, like the first 7 seasons on Amazon Prime, and I briefly thought, I was like, should I show this to her? And I was like, no, absolutely not. She would say, that's not SpongeBob.
Good. So. See, I trust Eliza right now more than I trust you.
Man, I honestly think you guys are like talking me down on this song, which
that has been known to happen from time to time.
Like I have listened to you guys talk yourselves up and down on songs, and I think I might be part of it live. I'm like, yes, I like it, and then I'm like, but why do I like it?
Yeah. You understand how this happens now in motion. There's no like specific vibe about it. It just kind of happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like I definitely never before today pulled up the lyrics page for Just a Simple Sponge and really was like, oh wow, this is just a lot of throwing SpongeBob words at a wall.
Well, a little bit, which Boyd has been known to do, like sans SpongeBob, but here we are, and you just throw an extra element into it. Do we want to get into the verses, or have we maybe like settled our disappointment enough that maybe the people should just go experience it for themselves? Like, that's just a general question.
I think that we should at least read through the words. I think that we would be betraying our format if we didn't. We don't have to like stop and analyze these fucking words, but we should go through it. So I'll start with verse 1. Sure, I spend my days floating around, and let me start over. Let me start this by saying like the instrumentals are like so unremarkable. I listened to this song. I was cleaning up for dinner and I listened to the song an hour ago, just as like one final refresher. I can't fucking remember what it sounds like. It's so unremarkable. All I know is that after the speaking part, there is a key change that sucks. That's all I remember about the tune of the song. Yeah, so verse 1, sure, I spend my days floating around, head in the bubbles and my feet on the ground. But there is more to me than just my name. Give me a chance and I could change the game. And maybe one day Mr. Krabs will say, this is where the Mr. Krabs actor shows up in the video, by the way. And that made me pause it and walk away for a second the first time I saw it. And maybe one day Mr. Krabs will say, the Krusty Krab's yours. It's your lucky day. That's what I've always wanted. Then I can finally say I've done it. Chorus. Let me have adventure, be a contender, and more. Cause you're not a simple sponge. I do remember that part.
Mm-hmm.
I wish he'd see I'm not just the sponge next door. No, you're not a simple sponge. There's got to be a better way, a way to save this town I love. But how can I stop the end of the world? Am I just a simple sponge? And then, no, you're not a simple sponge, or whatever the fuck it goes like. No, you're not a simple sponge. So I see Boyd in this. Nothing strikes me as a high school kid wrote this more than there's more to me than just my name. Give me a chance and I could change the game. I don't know why, but those lines together make me angry rationally.
Did you say rationally?
Irrationally.
Oh, I think rationally would have been safe.
I don't know, man. Words. I try not to let words make me mad, but those ones are just like, why? Who writes like this? Boyd, but like,
Boyd.
He doesn't even write like this. You know what I mean? Like, it's just so weird.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
There's only so many ways that I can tell you this song is not good.
Yeah. Verse 2. So what if I'm a sponge? It's what I want to be. There isn't anyone who stretches like me. Employee of the month too. And by the way, like, I know he like turns himself into weird shapes, but like, I would not associate SpongeBob with stretching.
No.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, there isn't anyone who stretches like me. Employee of the month 2 years in a row. Undisputed master of my own dojo.
That's a Brendan-esque Brendan line.
It is such a Brendan-esque Brendan line. There's something like, there's such a vibe about the song that to me is just like the person who is writing this, Brendan Urie, is kind of just putting words in places so that they rhyme.
Well, I'm gonna push back on that. So SpongeBob is
karate.
Like, yes, karate. Like he is so convinced that he's good at karate that anytime it's like Sandy kicks his ass repeatedly and he shows he's not, like, he's weak, he's not, and that even comes in the song, like he doesn't even know what he brings to the table. So I think that one, I liked that line. I was like, I don't know. Again, but it's just like listing things he could think of SpongeBob.
Yeah, I guess. It's just like, I don't know. It feels weird to me. It doesn't feel right. Like, it doesn't feel like it flows in a way that it should.
There's a line in like 3 lines that I think is way more of just filler.
And everyone here knows that they can depend on this expert jellyfisher who's a trusted friend. I can eat a lot of ice cream. I can I can eat a lot. Yeah, that does kind of
that
suck.
One is like, okay, he eats ice cream a couple times in there, but what?
Yeah. I can eat a lot of ice cream. I can even play my nose like, and then it does the sound from the show, the theme song at the end of the theme song. I think that might be the interpolation.
Mm-hmm, it is.
Yeah. Then we get back into the chorus. Let me have adventure, be a contender, and more, because you're not a simple sponge. I wish he'd see I'm not just the sponge next door. No, you're not a simple. And then it goes into the bridge. I wish that I could turn back time. I never thought my world could end. I only want to hang out with my friends, but fear I fear is dragging us down. And now there's panic. That's run amok in my simple town. I didn't even fucking click on that,
just
man.
Made that connection right now, too.
That's fucking funny. Now there's panic that's run amok in my simple town. Lots of no. And then we get.
Do you want to know what the Genius annotation says for that?
Please.
The writer of this song is Brendan Urie, the lead singer of Panic at the Disco. The lyric and musical emphasis on this line is a clever reference to the band. Clever, my fucking ass.
Such a clever reference.
Genius says it must be true, Adam. Sorry.
It must be true. Fuck. Genius huffing its own fucking farts again. Thank you. Yeah, anyway, we get the chorus again. Give me Adventure, Contender, and more. I will show I'm not just a sponge back next door. I'm going to find a better way, a way to save the life I love. And I am not going to stop the end of the no. And then we get like kind of a talk. This is where I hear the Hugh Jackman more than anywhere. It's going back and forth. SpongeBob, Mr. Krabs, you're just a simple sponge. You're wrong, Mr. Krabs. I'll find a way to stop that volcano from erupting. You are still a simple sponge. I'll use science, like Sandy said. I'm gonna need her on the team because you're just a simple sponge. And Patrick too. He's super strong. We'll be the best team ever. Sandy's brains plus Patrick's brawn plus my a very simple sponge. I'm not sure what my thing is, but that won't stop me. When the going gets tough, this sponge gets going. And then this is where the key change happens, and then the song ends with like the stuff that we've seen. No, I'm not a simple sponge. Let me have Adventure, be a Contender, and more. I'm not a simple sponge. They will see you're not just a sponge next door. Yeah. Now at last I have found a way to save this town I love. I am not a simple sponge. And that's the words of the song.
I'm so glad that we could do that. I've tried to listen to this song underneath, and this song fucking sucks.
Yeah, it's not good.
Okay, I'm gonna give you both. Well, Lily said she was gonna listen to the whole album. Adam, you are required to go listen to "Hero Is My Middle Name," because this is setting. That's the one that's Cyndi Lauper. This song is setting up "Hero Is My Middle Name" because it is him doing what he said he was going to do, which is getting Patrick and Sandy on board. So I think maybe that's another reason that I like this song, because it's kind of like a 1-2 punch. It's almost like Charlie Soliloquy and Step 1 from Kinky Boots, but not as good. But it's like very similar one, even though in this musical it doesn't directly lead into each other. Thematically it does. So I really, really like "Hero Is My Middle Name," and nothing you would be able to say would be able to bring that down for me, I swear, like you have on this song. But so I think like,
bitch, give me 5 minutes.
Well, let me say, Lily's thoughts have probably brought me down on this song. Adam can go fuck off.
Real and valid.
But so I think like having those tie together, again, it's all about context.
Sure. Okay.
So are you telling me that like you gave me the worst edging of my life by presenting a worse song to go listen to a better song?
I told you to listen to the whole musical. It's not my fault you didn't do it.
Fuck.
Well,
I do feel bad that this is, because this is your last episode before you start diving in.
We're gonna talk about like the live albums and like kind of go into some of our live show experiences where we can for our next episode. But then we're gonna be ranking all the 112 songs. Nobody's come forward with this mysterious 113th song that I think we're missing. So I think we're good to just go with 112 and move on. Okay. But yeah. I guess that's it for this one. Thank you, Eliot, for bringing this to our attention and being on the episode. I think it's probably best that you were on the episode, because this would have just been misery. If not, we would it's just been like a sour grapes episode more. We wouldn't have laughed as much, I think.
Well, you guys dragged me into the misery. I was very. I even what did I on Discord? I said time to go. It's ready whenever. It's SpongeBob time, and now I'm like. Not SpongeBob time anymore.
I'm not ready.
Not ready.
Oh,
we are in the business of misery, as you know.
If I were SpongeBob, I would let the volcano destroy my town.
Probably, yeah, it's probably for the best. I just need to talk for a second about how funny like the physics of the SpongeBob world is, where it's like a volcano, I guess like earthquake, but like I'm assuming it's a lava volcano. Knowing that it's SpongeBob, I guarantee, like if it was in the cartoon, it'd be a lava volcano. They light fires underwater all the time. It's very funny.
I do want to say there is a reprise of this in the musical I found.
Is there?
But it's literally SpongeBob climbing the mountain and just singing over and over, "I'm not a simple sponge," for like
I would
45
literally
seconds.
rather shit my pants while recording.
I'm gonna find the clip. I'm gonna find the clip and send it to you guys because it is just like him being like, "I'm not a simple sponge," just like with the background. Because I was like, "Oh, a reprise." I don't remember. I'm like, "Ooh, that's why it's not on the album because it's nothing."
Okay.
I love that.
That's
It'd be like if Grease just had like a 30-second interstitial of like just singing over and over again, "You're the one that I want," like out of context. I am so glad we're done with this episode. Eliot, you know that I love you. Listeners know that I love you. We have another podcast together. You've been on here several times.
Yeah.
But at this point, what the fuck, man?
Hey, I said it was a Panic at the Disco written song. I think it is funny that's credited as Panic, but then they're like, "No, it was just Brendan Urie."
Yeah.
And
I mean,
you two do a Panic at the Disco podcast. What more can I say?
Well, thankfully, we're about to fucking not.
I'll find a shitty song written by whoever you pick next.
We know you will. Thank you all for joining us on this week's episode. Like I said, next week we're going to be talking about like the live albums and some live show experiences if we can remember those experiences in our fucking mid-30s ass brains. And then after that we are going into our 11 episode odyssey to rank all the Panic at the Disco songs. Again, we've got all of the album songs, all of the bonus tracks, all of the what?
All of the boys.
All of the boys. That's one of the songs that we're gonna do. All of the album songs, on the bonus tracks, all of like the singles and holiday songs. And then we're also going to include "Love in the Middle of a Firefight" because it's not a Panic at the Disco song, but Brendan is the only voice that sings on it. So just as a reminder, where can I post this list so people who care can?
Ooh,
I don't
that is
know.
a fantastic question. Do you have a Medium? Do you have a Zanga?
A Zanga?
Do you have like
Do you got a WordPress? You got a fucking Angel Fire.
Just MSN Instant Messenger it to everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, you'll get the
Angel
away
Fire.
message that said this shit is dead.
.com account. Oh, here's something that I can bring up. I'll just post it in my new edition. So if you go to my Linktree, linktree.com/Liliana Dawn, there are links now for my first book, Unyielding, with a brand new cover done by an actual artist instead of me throwing royalty-free images together. And they don't have my dead name on it anymore. So you can buy my first book now without feeling bad about buying a book with my dead name on it. So go to linktree.com/Liliana Dawn and get all of the links there. It'll take you to the pages you can buy wherever. Right now, Amazon is the only place to buy a physical copy, unfortunately. I know people have thoughts about Amazon. Barnes & Noble is a bitch of a fuck to work with as far as self-publishing, and I'm almost there, but there's still like a bunch of shit that I need to sort out with them to make it actually usable for buying physical copies. So until such time, I've got ebooks as well on also on Amazon, but Google Play, iTunes, Apple Books, and Kobo, if any of those are to your liking.
What the fuck is a Kobo?
It's just another like e-reader ebook site. And I guess like they also like distribute to Walmart. I think it's like Walmart had like e-readers for a little bit, and like Kobo was who they contracted through to like make their book. I don't know. It's another place to buy my book, but yeah. Linktree.com/Liliana Dawn. Listen to the Gamer Zaddies podcast.
Ooh.
Yes.
Elliot, I'll let you tell the people about that.
Gamer Zaddies, it is myself, Adam, and Johnny Flores, and we talk... Johnny Flores Jr., yes. We talk about games, movies, TV shows, kind of whatever the hell we want. It is very unstructured. We each have our own little time to talk about the games we've been playing, and then we kind of go off on whatever tangent we feel like. So it's a good time if you want to hear three dads in our 30s and 40s talk about games
for 2.5 to 3 hours, depending.
Yes.
So. Also got Metal Gear Mondays, which is my other podcast I do with my friends Alessio and James, and sometimes Isaac. We don't know where he is right now. He's a little bit missing in action at the moment, but he'll be back at some point. Which also runs for a similar amount of time. Is very funny if you want to listen to a podcast where I'm the Chaos Gremlin for once. That's the one to do it. I get to be a little bit more loosey goosey kooky on that one. So.
It is interesting, right? Because like here you have to be the mildly sane one that like keeps shit together. And I think there, like, you embrace both sides just as well, but you know that I would be fit to sometimes never get back to the topic at hand.
Yeah. I will say this may shock some of the listeners, but on Gamer Zaddies, if I had to choose one of the three of us that is the voice of reason, trying to keep it on somewhat of rails, it would actually be Adam.
That's crazy.
He'd be like, okay, how do we want to talk about Death Stranding 2? And I'm like, I don't know, play the game and talk about it. And he's like, no, we need to figure this out. It's kind of crazy.
Zaddy's got a zaddy.
Yes.
Well, dear listener, you know who the fuck I am. I'm Adam. I'm everywhere as Mr. Cropes. There's a link tree somewhere. That's like
it's always our link trees are always in the show notes.
Yes.
So if you ever forget where to go and you want to look at our stuff, we have our link trees with all of our links in our show notes. So please check that out.
Please continue to comment. Please disregard this shit ass of a song to not continue to say your feelings to us. And same as every time, if you feel like I am in the wrong, I know you will tell me. So thank you.
Or regard the song. I want to hear if anyone else is like, hey, anyone out there.
Or
you're gonna have like Lotus.
The song.
Like you'll have Lotus in your corner.
I actually that would be something if that was what that and Lord of the Rings Return to the King are the two things.
That's the reason why
I agree on.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't anticipate that happening. But I don't know. Lotus
event of the century.
Penguins of Madagascar, so it could
True.
Stranger things could happen.
Where's the Ethan Slater led Penguins of Madagascar musical? That's what I would like to know.
It is in early development.
Oh, good.
There we go. Ethan Slater is going to be P.T. Barnum in Greatest Showman. It's going to happen now that Lily, that you compared him to Hugh Jackman.
What if it's Ethan Slater played by like Finn Wolfhard?
What if it's Ethan Slater played by Hugh Jackman? Now that's some Hugh Jackman, Hugh Jackson right there. Ethan Slater also sounds like a fake name. Like that's a Saved by the Bell character. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Fuck that guy. Isn't that he's the one that did that meme where he was doing the interview and he made that like weird fucking face that like his fucking face shifted to the side? You know what I'm talking about?
No, what?
Okay, I'll find the video of it and then I'll post it in the show notes as well so people can look at it. But
like fight
anyway,
night, you shifted.
It's like he did he was thinking he did like a with his face, and it's like it's hard to explain without looking at it because it's fucking stupid. But yeah, I don't know. We'll get out of here. Whatever, it's in the show notes if you want to see what I'm talking about. But yeah, anyway. We'll talk to you next week for live shows. Thank you again for joining us, Eliot.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
And love you. Bye.
Love you. Bye.
Love you. Bye.